I know.
Nobody knows.
I had a theory before we figured out things about Amy and the baby and the pregnancy, that I thought that he's not supposed to exist, so the universe is trying to wipe him out again. Yeah, sort of. It's a bit Final Destination-y. So it's probably not true.
We don't have any more insights into what goes on in Doctor Who than you guys do.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. We're just fans.
Yeah. Were there any other songs that didn't make the album that you guys wrote?
There was a song that I wrote when I first kind of got involved with the band called Gallifrey, which we were working on right up until the end of our stay in Paris, and we felt like it occupied the same space as Teenage Rebel did. It actually came immediately after it on the track list, and one of the things that we really liked about the album is how different each song is to the last, and it felt like it didn't really fit there, like it would be a track that you'd skip. But again, as with Dr. Watt, it's a song that we're quite happy to do something with at some point.
Gallifrey got close enough on the track list that the morning we were printing the booklets you guys will have, suddenly like we were in, some of us were in France, like you guys I think were in France.
It was 3 AM and I was writing you an email, take Gallifrey off the thing, we're not using Gallifrey.
Yeah. And then there was a song that me and Charlie wrote, which was the very first song we wrote for this album. It's not on it. And it was called Don't Drink the Water, and it was really Journey's Endy. It was like, I wanted to travel space and time, and Charlie was a space travel agent. And so he was going through, so it was like going through each of the planets, being like, oh, you can go to Skaro, oh wait, the Daleks. Oh, you can go to this place. And it was just like that. So we might do something with that at some point.
Maybe, yeah. We kind of, I remember Alex saying that like once we finished the first album, we felt like all of the songs were probably going to sound like Journey's End. And so we just felt like we needed to write more songs like that. And that just didn't happen. But yeah, it might see the light of day one day.
Also, I wrote a song called Nightmares, which is on the album, but not the version that was like it's been completely regenerated. The other one, there was just like several things in the lyrics and just the general production of the whole.
The writing process on this album, I think, was a lot more collaborative than with Chameleon Circuit. Just in the sense that we each got involved in the writing of each other's songs, and
we don't all just sing the songs we wrote.
No, I mean I wrote "Kiss the Girl," which Charlie sings on, and
I wrote "Travelling Man," which Charlie sings on. So me and Ed wrote Teenage Rebel together, and Nightmares was like a big collaboration thing. Mr. Pond was Charlie and Ed, I think.
Yeah.
Hey, great album by the way. Is there any plans for a third one?
Can we finish this one first?
Just hold on.
This one.
Yes, behind her.
If you could take the TARDIS anywhere, where would you go?
Oh man.
No pressure.
I'd take it there, just like at the window, so that I could see your guys' reaction without hiding back there.
I wish I wanted to hear that question like before the album started, and I could have just had the last hour to think about it and then probably really. I don't know. There's so much potential.
I don't know. I feel like if I was to be going somewhere in the TARDIS, it would be as a companion, because I don't pretend to know how to fly the thing. So, and I feel like the TARDIS takes you where it wants you to be.
Yeah, the TARDIS
really.
could take us where we want, I suppose.
So I don't see that as a question that I'd ever have to answer in a world where the TARDIS is actually real.
There's a girl right in the back there.
Smith or Tennant?
Smith.
Ish.
I said I prefer the writing for David Tennant, but I prefer Matt Smith as a Doctor.
I say ish because I said this yesterday. I was looking back on like series 2 and things like that just recently, and that's the Tennant I liked back then. It's just like, that's a good character. I like this, and then as the series go on, it's like the end of time and the Waters of Mars, where he's turned into like God, Jesus, Doctor, Time Lord, God thing. I got bored of him, so yeah, it's time to move on from there.
I still don't really know. I mean, at a push, I'd probably say Matt. But
Matt.
I want to bring up the same thing I said yesterday, which is Eccleston. Anyone? It was alright.
William Hartnell.
Yeah. Yes.
Which song cost you the most trouble writing, or which song was most difficult to get right?
For me, the original Nightmares, which is
I
why
was
it's not
going to
there.
say maybe Nightmares, because the original version of Nightmares sounds completely different than the one that's on the album. It was kind of like a jazz dance
Musical military thing.
Yeah.
It was very military, it was very dancey, it was very jazzy in the bridge.
I think that's definitely the song that went on the longest journey from
Where it
conception
started.
to finished product.
That was the first time I knew how seriously you were taking the album as well. Because I was quite happy with the version of Nightmares, like the first version I heard. And then when you guys all started like reworking it, I was like, oh my god, this sounds really good. Yeah.
Everything is ending. Also, we went through. Briley was the third girl, I think, that we asked to sing that vocal part. Not that the other two were bad vocalists, it just wasn't. Well, the first girl required the song to be put into a key that Alex couldn't sing, and so for a while we were thinking maybe we could have Ed sing it, but just for that kind of song, we felt like Alex's voice should be on that, so we went to go look for another girl, and then we talked to the South African girl that sounded good, but just didn't fit. And then Briley was the third girl that sang, and that one worked. Yep, question?
Why do you have any live shows?
We're playing at VidCon in July, and after that we haven't really made any plans.